This toy was very special to me as a kid, and still to this day, as I still collect certain figures I'm looking for in my collection. And there are also still collectors out there waiting for hopefully one day these little trashies to make a comeback on store shelves.
A surprise inside of a garbage can. It's the trash pack.
The early days of the trash pack are really fun and really paved the way for collectibles as a whole. So the first sightings of these trashies we got from early 5 and 12 packs that were found on a foreign website. They have figures as well as cans with really weird stickers on the front, and they're very different from what we got as the final figures and the final product. These figures have very different rubber material than the normal production run of trashies, and they came in many different colors as well and glow-in-the-dark features. We had Putrid Pizza, Ben Scab Beetle, Crud Can, we had Sour Snail, Moldy Milk, just to name a couple that were included in this prototype run. And I believe from what we were able to gather, these were mainly made to test the certain molds and to test the certain appendages on these molds, like the hands or the antennas for certain figures. Really interesting stuff. And they also have a really squishy plastic or rubber, I guess you could say, which was way, way different than the original Trashies. But these were the test run essentially for the 2011 release. And these Trashies are I've actually been able to get a hold of. And they are so cool. They're actually really neat. I really, really enjoy these early prototype Trashies. You can get them on eBay from China. It's really interesting stuff. So yeah, definitely check that out. But you'll definitely see some in my collection very soon. Believe it or not, Series 1 also had a set of prototypes as well. And they consisted of the regular Series 1 figures with more paint details. These figures are really incredible. And they are also incredibly rare to find. These prototypes were used for commercials as well as product showcases like Toy Fair and other showcase events that showed off the trash pack in very early forms. You can find images online of these early prototypes, different colors and things like that. And these figures also had little numbers on the very back of them that coincided with the checklist. And with that, you were able to, I guess, make a tally of each figure you had with a coinciding number on the back of the figure. Not really sure how it worked. It was interesting, but they got rid of it in the later run. And then there's this little guy. And I have no idea where he came from. I have no idea what he's from. He is an official figure as far as I'm aware. He's got the logo and he has the copyright symbol. And he's a metallic trash pillar. And I found him in 2021. It was the first time I had ever seen this figure. I got him off of a Chinese shopping website. And I've never seen anything like it ever since. So as far as I'm aware, I am the only person that has this figure. And I've never seen him before. But he's really neat. He is squishy. And yeah, super, super weird figure. But if you guys have any information of what this guy could be, where could he be from, let me know in the comments below. But this is a really neat figure and something that I was never expecting to ever find or ever see. But I really love it and I think is a fantastic, fantastic figure. And funnily enough, the same thing happened for Series 4 of Trash Pack in 2013. At Toy Fair, Moose showed off early looks at Series 4 characters. And these Series 4 characters had extra paint details, and the limited edition looked very different than the released version. I actually was able to get my hands on some of these Toy Fair copies, and I have some of the limited editions, and I have also some of just the regular figures, and they're very different than the officially released. And I would argue that these Toy Fair figures obviously look a lot better, in my opinion, than the official released. And I just really, really like them. So here's a comparison look at the Series 4 prototypes with their production counterparts. We'll start here with Shocking Horse. He is really neat. As you can see, he has much more paint detail than the actual official one. This is the official one. This is the prototype version of him. I actually really, really like this guy a lot, but the prototype version obviously is miles better. Stuffed Chicken is very, very similar. He's just got some more paint details. Got paint all around his base, and here he does not. Same with the back. Really, really neat figure. Just these prototype versions are so cool. And then right here, one of my favorites, Oozy Noodles. You can see some very big differences there with the paint on the arms. It's interesting. And then we have some paint on the side, and then on the back, we also have more paint detail as well, which is really interesting. Really like this guy. Then we have Slimo Beetle in purple. So you can take a look at the regular version here. He is cool, but this prototype version just has more paint, more detail, and just looks miles better. In my opinion, really, really like him. And then moving over to our final couple here, we have Gross Goulash, who just, again, just looks miles better with all the paint detail all over him. It's interesting to know that, you know, there are these versions out there with more paint detail. Same with the Series 1 ones back here. But it's just so interesting. And then finally we have Carnage Carr from Series 4, who has a lot going on here as far as the paint detail goes. You can really see the differences with this guy. But yeah, so here are these guys from Series 4, just regular Series figures.
And I also have a Series 2 Septics with extra paint detail as well. The little toilet guy is from Series 2. So I would assume that Series 1 through 4 all got extra paint details via thanks to the Toy Fair. And obviously, you know, we saw a bunch of figures on the packaging that had extra paint details as well as different colors. And so, yeah, I just think the extra paint details are really incredible and they're really neat. And I'm just kind of happy that they exist because it's really neat.
And here are some of the limited edition Series 4 Trash Pack prototypes. Yes, these guys do glow in the dark, which I will show a picture of. But these guys are just prototype versions, and I think this guy is my favorite. I love the blue on him. He looks so good. Yeah, the only one I'm missing actually is Foul Fishbone. I don't have Foul Fishbone, but I do know he came in this blue color. So just imagine a regular Foul Fishbone with that blue color. But these guys are cool. And I really, really like them. I even have the production versions of these guys. So there's the Squishbone with the regular Squishbone. Festering Fowl also has his production sample. And then this one changed drastically right here, the Rotting Rat. And then finally we have Cruddy Cowskull as well, which looks very, very different. And for some reason I have another, which I'm very thankful to have, another Squishbone. So there these guys all are, which is really, really cool. Really like these guys.
So before we jump into my Trash Pack collection, a lot of you wanted to see that. I've been collecting Trash Pack for many, many years. I want to mention the Trash Pack trading cards. These cards had 2 collections released. Collection 1 was the Series 3 characters and was released in every single country as far as I'm aware. Now, there were some variations with languages as well as the limited edition rarity. Some limited editions, for example, we know that Grimy Gold was a 250 here in America. However, in other countries, he was out of 10,000. So he was one of the more common ones to get. Really, really weird how that worked out, but it just happened. I don't know how or why, but interesting to note nonetheless. Each pack also came with a Series 3 Trashie that you could get in each little of the smaller packs, but also you could get a bigger pack that came with a dice and a tin, so you could play the card game, which was interesting. However, Collection 2 was only released in Australia, and this was the collection with the Series 4 characters. And these cards are pretty rare. They're pretty hard to get. We've never seen the Squishbone card. That's one of 250 ever made. So if you have that card, leave a comment down below. We've never seen a picture of that card, so would be interesting to see. And the only reason I bring these cards up is because Collection 3 was actually planned, and thanks to Robert Moises, we have a look at 2 of the Collection 3 trading cards for the Series 5 characters. It's a shame these never were released. They're really cool. You can see there was a Banana Trashie, which is also a Trashie that never released in Series 5. We never actually got a physical figure of that him. And we also got the Awful Algae, which is coming out of the pool. Really cool looking card. But it's really cool to see what we've got here. And yeah, I'm just happy that we at least know that they existed and can have some documentation of. So now we're going to jump into my collection, and I'm going to show you all the videos that I took. There are so many different videos that I kind of recorded. Now, I've been collecting these things ever since I was a little kid. They were just so much fun to collect, and a lot of my friends at school had them. And, you know, and now that I'm like a grown adult, looking back on this, it's really special. And, you know, it's really cool to go back and relive some of these memories with these toys. And I think that it's really a special thing. And I'm totally going off script here, by the way. But it's a special thing, and, you know, these toys really paved the way for a lot of newer toys that come out nowadays, and it's interesting to see, you know, how these toys have evolved and sort of how their marketing works nowadays compared to how it was when I was a kid, which really wasn't that long ago. But it's just crazy to think that so much has changed, and yeah, so enjoy these videos and things that I filmed for my collection. And as a side note, really quick in this video, I actually was able to acquire one of my holy grail prototypes that I wanted the most, which was this beautiful blue smelly fish. This dude is awesome because he has the purple fins, as you can see, and he was actually used in the Trash Pack commercial, and so this guy just means so much to me. I really love him. Having him is such a freaking joy.
So this is my last trash pack video for now. Maybe one day Moose will release more trash pack products and I'll be able to talk about them. I hope you all have enjoyed this fun little series. If this is your first video of mine, check the series playlist. It has been so much fun going through all this stuff like Trash Wheels and the main trash pack line, as well as Grocery Gang I talked about as well, which is another sort of spin-off trash pack lineup. It's been so amazing to actually cover all of this stuff, and it just brings me back to my childhood. The nostalgia and the childhood memories have truly flooded my mind here, and it's just been amazing to go back and to relive the memories that I had when I was a kid. And I think that's why a lot of people do this, is to go back and relive their childhood. I mean, there's something special about these little things. And yeah, they're just little toys at the end of the day. But, for me, it was really special to actually go back and explore this and, feel the same joy that I felt when I was collecting these as a kid. It was a really special moment and a really special couple of months to research all of this and to look into it. So if you guys have a favorite toy, I highly recommend doing this because it's a lot of fun. And, my last thought really is I hope that one day kids get to experience what we did when we were kids playing with this stuff. I think that's the most important part, is to pass on that joy and that awesomeness to other kids out there in the world that also would love this stuff as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoy all of the videos that I've created so far. I really appreciate all your support. You guys have been so kind. I've been trying to answer as many comments as I possibly can, and I seriously appreciate every single one of you for watching and enjoying the videos. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day.
It's the Trash Pack! The Trash Pack! Out now from Moose!